it. When I saw the prices, instantly I wanted to walk out. Alright, boom, Flog Marley. Welcome back to the channel. If you saw part 1, then you know I was in Croydon, popped into the cat protection charity shop and ended up having a proper chat with the manager. And let me tell you, the advice he gave about reselling, pure gold. If you ain't seen that vid, go and watch it after this one. In today's episode, we're switching it up. Headed down to Purley, which is still Croydon, but a little bit posher. We're going to check out 2 of the biggest charity shops in the area. No spoilers, but one really surprised me than the other. It felt like a car boot sale inside a vintage storage unit. Yeah, you have to sit for yourself. I'm trying to answer one thing. Can you actually find resellable gems in these spots? Or are they just filled with overpriced Primark tees and mugs that nobody wants? Now, before I carry on, this is a quick disclaimer, and let me be clear. Charity shops aren't here to make resellers rich. Yeah, I said it. They're here to raise money for causes that actually matter. So yeah, I might bang on about prices being too high at times, but the truth is, if a charity shop's charging more, that's raising more money for its mission. And that's not a bad thing, that's actually the point. I might say a shop's not great for reselling, but that doesn't mean it's not doing a great job. And these shops are some of the most moral spaces on the high street. They support local people, fund research, fight poverty, and genuinely change lives. And yeah, I'm out here trying to make money flipping, but being in and out of these places every week has made me appreciate what they're really about. And some of these causes hit close to home. Now back to the video. First stop, cancer research. You see me walking past the Salvation Army. We'll get to that later. I gave you a proper breakdown of what I looked for in my last video, but just to sum up, I'm looking for value of money. How easy is it to find stuff worth flipping? And yes, whether it's even worth your time as a reseller. Walked into this one thinking it might have something decent, but straight away, nah. Went straight to the men's trousers section. Saw a pair of joggers for $9.99. Okay, so they were an old pair of Nikes, but I just weren't happy with the fact that they're charging more than Primark for second-hand joggers. And that was the same story with the rest of the trousers. But I've got to give it up to cancer research. The condition of these clothes is solid, but again, you're seeing eBay prices on the rails, and that's just not it if you're trying to flip. Found this Adidas zip-up hoodie, and it's not one of those that usually moves well. It's one of those that looks alright at first, but you know deep down it's not going anywhere. And at that point I knew I'm not finding anything today. Ended up just wandering around picking up things I knew I wasn't going to buy. Like some random kid's baseball cap. And there was nothing left to do but to bounce. The only thing we bought was something for our baby. And even that was a mercy bar. Next stop, Emmaus UK. Emmaus UK supports adults who are homeless, vulnerably housed and at risk. This one's close to my heart. Straight off the bat you can see it's got a bit more of that vintage ornamental vibe. It's not your average high street charity shop. It feels like a cross between a car boot sale and a fancy storage unit. You've got everything from second-hand furniture to old school artwork. Some proper random bits. First thing we noticed, prices were decent, about 30% cheaper than the cancer research, easily. Proper reseller friendly prices, and a couple of branded bits were floating about too, but you got to watch the condition. Picked up this All Saints top, but saying it was covered in bubbles was an understatement. That thing belonged in a bin. One issue I'm having as a new reseller is women's clothing, because women's clothes trends move really quickly. So for example, I might find a branded top, it ticks all the right price boxes, good labeling that, but if it isn't on trend, it's not moving. And that's the tricky bit. It's the small things with women's clothing that separates a flip from a flop. And I still haven't worked this out yet. But here's what I like about Emmaus. It opens your eyes to more than just clothes. Here you've got everyday items that might not look like much, but still got great value. For example, have you spotted a Bosch coffee machine going for a £5? In hindsight, we should have grabbed it. To be fair, we wouldn't have made much, but if we put it on for 20 to 25, I reckon it could have been something. It all adds up in this game. Also saw some women's Timberlands. Demand solid for those on eBay, however the condition was not great, and we were oohing and ahhing on whether we should got them and decided to leave it in the end. So although we didn't purchase anything, Emmaus UK is spot on for resellers. I'll definitely give this one a thumbs up for future reference. Right, let's wrap this one up. Cancer research fees Emmaus UK. Which one's actually worth it for resellers? Starting with cancer research. Looks the part, I'll give it that. Clean layout, decent stock, clothes in good nick, but the prices, most of the stuff had eBay prices built in. One or two pieces looked alright, a few brands, but deep down I knew they weren't going to shift. But Emmaus UK, that one was a proper surprise. Whole different vibe, bit of a quirky setup, but had a lot of character, and prices were much more realistic for resellers, about 30% cheaper across the board. And although I didn't leave with a bag full of stuff, I clocked the potential. So yeah, as a reseller, Emmaus gets the thumbs thumbs up from me. Not so much so cancer research, but as always, respect the mission and always support where you can. These are charities after all. In the next video, I'll be doing 3 more big chain charities in Croydon. Yeah, you gotta watch that one. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you like the honesty. Leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe. Laters.